name is Mike Path, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now, last time we got together, we talked about feelings and emotion and the difference. And I made the statement that your body is the servant of the mind. And when the mind signals the body changes its systems in response. And when those systems change, the body vibrates in relationship to the signals given by the mind. And so you have a vibration in the body based upon how the energy and the systems in the body change. And we give names to that vibration. If it's a high vibration, like love and joy and peace and contentment, we describe it a certain way. How do we describe it? In the words I just used, which are emotional descriptors. So emotions are language that describes the feelings generated in the body. There is no emotions in the body. Emotions are descriptors of how the body responds. And of course, if you have lower energy, lower frequency, like disappointment, disgust, sadness, you will describe that energy differently with different emotional words. So when we talk about emotions, we are talking language, and it has nothing to do with generating anything inside the body. So in that model, which was the last discussion, and I'll put a link to that up there. In that model, your mind interprets the outside environment, sends signals to the body, and the body, as a black box, because we don't know what's going on in there, not really, generates changes, moves around all its systems, and we feel it. And from the feeling, we describe it using emotional language. So that was last video, and oh, that was interesting, and of course a little esoteric in the way it was presented, but not bad. So if you get a chance, take a look at that. Now this week we're going to be talking about, did you know your thoughts make your world? Your thoughts make your world. So, and I'll share another video that we had about how thoughts create your world. But basically, I might not even draw on the whiteboard, but it does have the statement up here. Okay? Your thoughts make your world. Your thoughts make your world. And so one of the things we need to understand is you can only think any kind of thought from from within what you know. You can't think thoughts about something you don't know. So all of the thoughts you think come from within your belief system. Now, how are beliefs made? Oh, now that's an interesting subject, because we think beliefs are, well, they are the truth of the universe. They are the truth of what's around us. They are maybe God-given, because these are the truths. No, they're not the truth. You create your beliefs. And your beliefs are different from my beliefs. Each one of us have belief systems that are different from everybody else. So now we got to think about, why are they different if they're the truth? Because they're the truth only for us. Because some of them overlap, so that part of your truth and part of my truth through my belief system are the same. Do they overlap? Of course, because we live in the same universe. Oh, I say that tongue-in-cheek because our universes are different too, but part of them overlap. So let's see if we can come to some conclusions on this. So our beliefs are based upon our memories. Memories are very important, and we've talked many times about what memories are. And I'll put a couple references up there as to what memories are. But basically, memories are the residue of experiences that you have had, events in your life. So an event comes together, and you experience it, and here's the key point. You experience it through your lens, your unique lens of your belief system, which is created from older memories. So when you get enough memories around a certain event, you create beliefs. And an obvious one is, I believe the sun's going to come up tomorrow. The sun is going to rise tomorrow. Why? Well, I got a lot of proof. I got a lot of memories from very young that the sun's going to come up tomorrow. So I have a belief, and it's quite unshakable because I have so much evidence that that's what's going to happen. And that same thing happens with all of your beliefs. Now, most of your beliefs you are unaware of. Most of your beliefs, particularly from early childhood, are given to you by God. Oh, or at least someone who you interpret as very close to God. Who would that be? Your parents, your extended family of authority figures. And when they say something, when you're very young, you believe it. You don't have to have a lot of proof, except the proof that you have interpreted that they are wise and older and smarter and know more than you. And if they say the sun is going to rise tomorrow, you don't have to have a lot of evidence. If they say you can't trust people, you don't have to have a lot of evidence to believe that that is true. Whatever adults, particularly parents, say, the child incorporates as part of their reality, as part of who they are, as part of what they will be. So when parents say to a little child, you're dumber than a box of rocks, has profound impact and affects their life for a long time, maybe forever. So parents have a responsibility, a profound responsibility on how the child is going to interpret their world when they get older. And that's true. So now, let us move into understanding a little bit about memories and beliefs. Memories come from experiences that you interpret. And two things that hold memories in place. So if you look at beliefs, hold beliefs in place. So if you have a belief, whatever it is, positive or negative, there'll be two things that will hold it in place. And this gets us back to feelings and emotions. When you have an experience, now we got to have an experience. Where is the experience? In the outside world, or interpretation of what is going on outside by the mind. From that experience in the body, belief in the body, you have a feeling generated. Feeling. Make believe that says feeling. Can you see that? Almost. So it's feeling. These two things hold your belief in place. When you have a lot of experiences, for instance, in school, if you were always, I had good grades, and the teacher always said, "Oh, you are so bright, you are so brilliant." That experience will have a certain feeling. High vibration. Feel good. If, on the other hand, you had a experience, say, maybe in school, from your coach or your phys ed teacher, and says, "You're never going to be on a team." Now that experience is going to create a different feeling in the body. And that's where the emotions come in. You say, oh, that feels terrible. Oh, I'm no good. I'm not good enough to be on the team. And that has a certain vibrational frequency. Now, the vibrational frequency doesn't come from the emotional descriptors. It comes from the generated energy in the body. So now you have beliefs held together. Positive beliefs, negative beliefs. They all hold together the same way. Which ones do you think are going to cause your world to be fantastic? Good beliefs or negative beliefs? Pretty obvious, right? If you have experiences that cause the body to generate at a high frequency, going to have a great life. If you have experiences that cause you to feel negative, less than, not good enough, you're going to have a different life. So if you have certain beliefs, now this is an overall thing, because it's a curve. You got good beliefs, you got bad beliefs. I remember one time I was doing a relaxation exercise in a senior center. And as a part of that, when we were relaxed, to get them into the relaxed mode, I said, think of a happy thought in your childhood, a happy experience. And looking around the room, there was about 12 people. And this one woman started crying. I could see the tears. It wasn't that she was verbal about crying, and just that tears just kept falling down her face. So when it was all over, well, the end of the class, I went up to her and I asked her, I said, well, I noticed that you were crying. And she said, I couldn't think of one good memory that ever happened to me in my childhood. So you have to think, what kind of world, what kind of life did that woman who is now in a senior center, what was her life like? Memories are interpretations of past experiences. The past does not exist. The past does not exist in any real or physical way. Nothing physical or real can be in the past. Only memories. What's the conclusion? Memories are not real. If memories do not work for you, change them. Oh, well, you've got to say, well, you can't change the past. And you're right. But memories are not the past. Memories are your creation. And to hold on to negative memories is counterproductive. So healing memories, which your beliefs are made out of, will change your beliefs. Reframing, releasing and forgiving yourself for something that happened in the past is a healing process. And when you heal the past, you change what's happening in the present and free the future to be entirely different. So now, how does this affect your world? Your thoughts do, if you recall another video, and I'll try to put it up here. Your thoughts that you can only think inside your belief system, your thoughts produce images. Now, when I say images, you're thinking of visual images. But you also, with your thoughts, produce sound, produce smell, produce feelings. Your thoughts can do all of that within your belief system. If you don't like the world that you created from your thoughts, change your belief system. Change your belief system. Then you change the platform on which you can think. And when you change that platform, you create a different world on the inside. You vibrate differently. And when you vibrate differently, you project, oh yes, you project into the outside world what you're doing inside. Recognize that your outside world is a reflection of what you're doing inside. If you don't like what is outside, you got to change what you're doing inside. To change what you're doing inside, you have to change your beliefs. To change your beliefs, you have to heal past memories. You have to reframe your memories, which aren't real anyway, into a more positive, into a higher frequency. And when you do that, you change your belief system. And then you change your belief system, you can think from a broader platform and create a different outside projection of what you're doing inside. Now, what's A Course in Miracles say about that? Because I always like to throw a little thing in there about them. Here's what it says. You can escape from the world you see. You can escape from the world you see by giving up attack thoughts. What are attack thoughts? Oh, it's a dangerous world. I can't trust you. All kinds of stuff like that. You got to give those up. Every thought you make, every thought you have makes up some segment of the world you see. Every thought you have makes up a segment of the world you see. It is with your thoughts, then, that we must work. If your perception of your world, your projection, your perception of the world is to be changed. Pretty insightful for a channeled work. So that's all we have to do. You have to change the platform on which you're creating thoughts and images that will focus into the world that you have outside of you. By reframing and healing and releasing your negative memory, changes your belief system and the thoughts that you create. Oh, very exciting. But just remember, we're living in an illusion. Think again, what is the past? Can you put a single physical memory in your hand? Can you put a memory in your hand? Nothing real or physical can be in the past. We did this before. Try to put something, try to move into the past. And I got like this, and I said, okay, I'm going to move into the past. And I jumped. Did I move into the past? No, I was always right here. There's nothing you can put in the past. Nothing real is there. And since the past is only your memories aren't real. I know the agoric world will say, well, yeah, well, it's a different realm. You know, we can time travel back to, and no, you can't time travel back there. You can't time travel. I know they say you can. In mathematics, there is a conundrum that says, oh, I got to be able to go either way in time. Time is an illusion. That's something else in the agoric world. It's an illusion. It's an illusion that you're living in. Well, now, what did I said something here and I wanted to emphasize it. And if you will, look at the description, because it's about as long as a blog, and you'll get some information in it. Okay? The past is silly, Putty. The past is silly. It means you can change it. It squashes and it moves around. It's never the same. And you can change and mold it any way you want. That's what you've already done. Your world is the way it is because you molded the past, interpreted the past the way you did. However, since you are a wizard or wizardess, you can do anything you want. Anything impossible in the egoic world, you can do. But you got to change your belief system. If you believe you can't change, no matter what anybody says, including me, you're not going to change. Oh, we have much to talk about in the illusion. So until we get together again, give this some thought. Look at the description. And also, down below, subscribe or hit the like button. If you want to hit the dislike button, go to another channel. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time we get together here in the illusion. Bye now.